One of the worst things you can do in business is send people to your website and just hope that they're going to do business with you. And there is the inflammatory statement in which I start the video with for you to think, you're an idiot, James, and you don't know what you're on about. But if you're anyone that's ever on social media said, hey, click the link in my bio or head to my website, and then quite literally made 0 sales, I'm going to explain why that is. Now, I'm just a random bloke on the internet sat in front of a camera with his microphone, so I need something called an appeal to authority. So over here is a screenshot of my Stripe. This month, I've done about 270,000 US dollars using exactly this. Well, I'll attribute about 200,000 of that to this very thing I'm going to teach you. So the majority of every single sale I've made over the last 4 weeks is because of this detail the majority of people still overlook. Now, you're already going to be thinking, we know what you're going to say, James. Via email. We get it. You like email marketing. We need to start an email list. Well, guess what? I've got an email list. And to drive the point home, I'm not just going to give you 1 or 2. I'm going to give you 10 reasons. 10 individual stories, analogies, metaphors, parables, whichever way you want to see it, so that for once you might actually believe me and start doing things differently. And then in a few months' time, or maybe even a few weeks, you'll make a shitload of sales and go, do you know what? That handsome English chap on the internet was right all this time. First point, the date today is December 2nd. How many of you engaged in Black Friday deals in the last week via email? Often you would have got re-engaged. You might have bought protein from a company. They come in and go, hey, protein 40% off. You go, might as well stock up. Or Amazon realizing that I bought a rig for my camera. So they come with all these other different types of camera rig equipment saying, James, hey, do you want access to the Black Friday deal? Sneaky bastards. It would have been raining down on you from any business that you've previously done business with. But when it comes to re-engaging someone or getting someone to buy from you that maybe even hasn't bought before, the big companies use email. And I'm going to explain why. First one of which, I know I've used this one quite a few times, so let's get it off the bat. If you want to get laid, when you go to the club or the bar, don't worry about taking the person home. Worry about getting their number. Because statistically speaking, sure, they might want to go home with you that night, but they've probably got a night out with their friends, staying at a mate's, whatever it is. And logistically speaking, for you both to be aligned at that very point in time isn't likely. But if you can get that person's number, then after that night out on a Monday evening, when no one's got any plans, you could have a night that perfectly aligns, where you go meet in a bar together and you give each other the whole night to talk and figure each other out to see whether or not you want to, or more. It's almost naive to assume just because you want to have sex and you see that person at the bar that everything should all fall into line for you. Ultimately, the person that goes to the club and gets the most numbers can arrange the most dates, and the person who goes on the most dates will get their end away the most. So that's number 1. Number 2, this week, been strategizing with a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt called Luke, and we'll overlay a little bit of footage here of him kicking my ass on Tuesday and manhandling me. Luke produces more high-level killer athletes in jiu-jitsu in Australia than anyone else. And he's been making the mistake of sending people to his website to sign up. And it's worked, but not to the size of which he would like or he deserves for the level of coaching that he has. So I've said to him to stop sending people to the website and instead build an email list. Because the process of getting someone onto your email list can be the very thing that converts someone to wanting to do business with you. So let's keep this Brazilian jiu-jitsu analogy. Luke's there thinking, okay, rather than sending people to my website, which I've been doing for quite a while, I'm going to start sending people to an email list. How am I going to do that? I'm going to reference pop culture and I'm going to see which high-level submissions at competition are causing a wave or causing people to talk about it. Oh my God, Joseph Chen got leg locked at CGI by Lucas Barbosa. I haven't seen that submission in years. The next day you need to react and you need to turn up on social media going, hey guys, let me teach you that submission. You do 30 to 45 seconds, but you say, by the way, if you want to see a 10-minute breakdown of how to get this submission, but not just how to get that submission, and how you can hit unsuspecting training partners the next time you're at training with this submission that's really going to surprise them, then DM me the word knee or leg, and I will send you a link to where you can get the instructional. And then that automated message through ManyChat comes through and it says, hey, thank you very much. Give me your best email address and I will send over the instructional. Just to let you know, I'll be adding you to my email list. That's a fair exchange of goods. I'm going to get a 10-minute demonstration of a leg lock that potentially I could watch to go tonight's training and tap someone that's a higher grade than me just for my email address. Bargain. They watch the video and whilst in that 10 minutes, they're going, do you know what? This guy is exceptional at explaining techniques and instructionals. This guy is better than my coach. This person is helping me understand in a way that I've not realized before. That person may have had no intention ever of joining Luke's online program, but after 10 minutes, they're partially indoctrinated. Then the next day they get engaged by Luke with an email saying, I don't just want to make you better at jiu-jitsu, I want you to win more at competition. Or better yet, I want to give you the confidence to when you next go to competition, you win. And here's a promise. If you don't podium in first place in a competition within the next 6 months of studying my course, I will refund you in full. Suddenly, the whole way this person is thinking about their jiu-jitsu is completely changed. Yesterday when they woke up, They hadn't dreamed of having a coach that they use online. They didn't even know the submission they learned from the instructional. Now suddenly there's someone that they could actually learn from, they have learned from, that's now telling them they can go win at competition. The next thing they're thinking is, how much is this going to cost me? And that can apply to any realm or field or whatever it is. You could be a lawyer breaking down marital law to get people clued up if they're going through a divorce. You could be a soccer coach breaking down the S&C drills that are essential for you to do certain things in that sport. And it's only through the acquisition of getting someone to your email list that you can partially indoctrinate them to wanting to do business with you. Indoctrinate's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. So that's number 2. The third one would be get into this autoresponder. You don't have to write all these emails manually. For instance, I have an email list that I've written 4 months of emails, each one delivering a helpful fact and trick and tip when it comes to nutrition to help people lose fat, get in shape, whatever. All I need to do is sign them up. And again, over that 4-month period of time, I guarantee, and the data shows, that a lot of people join that just because they want the value from the emails. But over the course of months of being helped every day, they're getting warmed up, as we use in sales terminology. They start as a cold lead, and the automations day by day warm them up to the point they're like, do you know what? This guy's turned up for me every single day with a tip. He's obviously pre-written these emails for months. I'm going to join his program because no one else is. Again, these autoresponders could be to do with anything. Even if, let's say, you're a judo instructor and you recorded a course on the uchimata, which is a type of throw for any of you not in jiu-jitsu. You could then be like, hey guys, I've got an instructional here to help you with hip throws. Every day you'll get emailed a certain tip or trick or setup, whatever it is. It's completely free. Then over those days, they could get all of that value by email. And on the last day, you go, look, I've actually put this all into a course and I've saved the best bits for it. It's only X amount by now. If you were to teach languages, you could say, over the next 100 days, I'm going to teach you 100 things that you can do to speak French. Not fluently, but it's the level that when you next go to France or a French-speaking country, you'll be able to navigate the world of speaking a foreign language. Oh, cool, it's free as well. Then those people start learning little bits of French over that 100 days. And then before they know it, they're at a restaurant. Oh, la décision, s'il vous plaît. And they're like, wow. Then they get engaged. If you would like to speak French fluently, I have an online course. It'll take you 3 to 6 months and it costs this. They go, oh, do you know what? I'm already 1 foot in. And this doesn't have to be everyone. If 100 people join your list, if 5 buy, it's better than the ratios you were getting from sending them to the website. Then number 4, another thing that I think you should do is some kind of smaller course. And I'll use jiu-jitsu as an example. Everyone sells instructionals at like 10, 15 hours. I don't think anyone's cracked the market of 10, 15-minute instructionals. Similarly to if you were that language teacher again, you could teach someone how to speak French when going on a walk. And you would only talk about things as how to say, where is something? How do I find? Can you please help me? You know, you could just talk about random things that very small course, and that course could be £10, $10. For instance, with my online program, in the links in the description, you'll see that my main course, the daddy course, is there, but then I've created smaller courses for like $99. And the idea is that people do the smaller course because they just want to put a foot in. And from there, you can upgrade people into the big course, or you can just keep them in the small course, or you can even make really, really small courses. So I did another course for $1, so that when people get that value of the small course, they're more likely to buy the big one. So what I'm saying is, if you're someone that sells BJJ instructionals for a few $100s and they're hours long, you need to make a very, very short one. And you can make a 10-minute instructional, either give it away for an email address, or maybe do a 20-minute instructional and sell it for $1. The statistical chances of me buying a full course are hugely higher once I've bought one before. Think of it this way. When you buy a car from a local dealership, what is the statistical chances you're going to go back to that same dealership and buy another car? Much higher, because of the experience you had with the first time. It's that trust barrier. Same with a restaurant. You go try out a new coffee shop. If it's rubbish, you're never going back. But if it's really good, you're going to always go there. Even if you're a fitness coach, maybe you put together an air fryer recipe guide for free to get people's email addresses. But then you go, hey guys, off the back of that, here's 15 recipes that are between 500 and 700 calories that have 50 grams of protein in. It's only $5.99. They sell it at $5.99. You're not actually making that much money on it, but then they bought a product from you and it's excelled. It's been better than what they thought. It's like, oh my God, I only paid $5.99. I got all these amazing recipes. So when you upsell into coaching, they go, well, every experience with every product I had before was great. So therefore I think it's going to be great again. Then after the smaller course, again, engage by email, upsell, send them to the website. Number 5 would be some kind of resource. So think about your demographic and what it is that they're struggling with. If it was in the content creation space, you could create a resource for how to get fantastic audio. Because even right now for this, you can see there's a microphone in front of me, although it's kind of blended in my top. But you don't know that this is a Shure SM7B and that you need an XLR cable that goes into a Rodecaster, technically a Rodecaster 2, so then I didn't need a cloud lifter to get clean audio gain. And then that needs to be powered and then connected into the computer. That's very overwhelming for a lot of content creators. But if I was to create a free resource, hey guys, give me your email. This could actually be a good idea. I might put this together. Give me your email address and I'm going to teach you how to create an audio setup to make your audio sound so crisp that people wonder how you did it. That actually could be I might use that this afternoon. I might run a paid ad on that and start getting emails for the course. Give people a resource that can help. Maybe even a brief editing, how to use Premiere Pro for noobs. Hey guys, give me your email address and I'm going to teach you and send you a resource on how to use Premiere Pro. Deadlift resource, whatever it is. If you can think of ways that you can just help someone and that you can do it for free in exchange for their email address, you can then win that person over. Fantastic resource, send them to the website. Some that I use are like calorie calculators. I have a 30-day email responder, which is also kind of like a resource lead magnet. And another one I suppose is the free trial to my online coaching platform. So my online coaching platform, Affordable Online Coaching, we give people a free week and that costs us money, but we acquire the person's email address. So the majority of people, let's say we get 100 people trial our program. Let's say 15 of them buy. We've now got 75, 85, good maths, people that didn't buy. We don't just ignore them. We bring them into another email campaign called Trial Never Purchased. And although that person's cost me like £10, for the price of their email address, it's great because I can now engage them and I can engage them knowing that they've downloaded the app and I can talk to them in a slightly different way. So that free trial in some respects is a resource. And the resource transfer was they got a free workout and access to the app for a week. And in exchange, I got their email address so I can now communicate with them to upsell them into the program. Number 6, another reason why email would be better than going to the website is to give someone an offer or to re-engage them. So again, if someone did buy your product or did buy your services and maybe they left or discontinued, email is a great way to re-engage that person. Hey, Sam, I know you finished training with me 6 months ago. How's everything looking? Are you still keeping up with attending the gym? Would you like to consider training with me again? Re-engaging old clients. Hey, I know that you did my business mentorship, but now I've created a high tier exclusive community. I'm just making this up. Would you like to be involved? Even when I bought my parents a Porsche 2021, I get emails from Porsche. Hey James, as a valued customer, we wanted to give you first dibs on the new 992.2 allocation of the 911, whatever it is. They say there's 3 ways to grow a business. Get new clients, get your existing clients to buy more from you, and get your existing clients to buy more frequently from you. So 2/3 of growing your business sit within the existing database that you already have. And kind of number 7 on this, I actually had a bit of a moan to the guys at Newtonic the other day. So we're running a Black Friday initiative. It's 20% off everything. And they said, we'll only give 20% off to people that join our subscribe and save. So if in essence, they sign up and get recurring deliveries of the product that they could save 20%. I'm like, nah. I'm like, guys, we've got this all wrong. The likeliness of someone not just buying for the first time and subscribing, it's too much, too many barriers to entry. And the concern is that at our Black Friday discount of 20% off, our margins are so thin that it's almost not even worth it unless they become a subscribing customer, because then with every purchase there on in, we can recoup their costs. And let's say that the average person on a subscription stays for a year, we would have to 12 times the profit margin at 20% discount. But I said, guys, stop thinking of it like that, right? The product's great. If someone joins or someone buys it, even not on a subscription, they're going to have repeat purchases. And even if they don't, I'm sure enough people will. And again, I said, guys, even if we were to sell Newtonic at no margin, or even if we were to lose 5% per case in Black Friday, that's fine, because we can get their email address. Because even if they don't buy over the next 2-3 months, we can re-engage them. Hey, how was the crate of Newtonic? Hey, we saw you ordered 24 cans. It's been 24 days. Would you like a restock? Hey, we've seen you had the brain capsules. It's been a month. Would you like to leave us a review? And whilst we're here, would you like another order? Then they get another order. Then maybe after people have had 2 orders, concurrently, we can then engage them for the subscribe and save. Hey, we've seen that you repeat purchase our product. How would you like to be discounted for doing that? Click here, become a subscribe and save member. There have to be stages to it, but all of these have to occur via email. If I was to do a video, hey guys, if you subscribe to Newtonic and you get a weekly delivery, if I try putting that as a reel or an Instagram story, it's just going to bomb. But if you could put it via email to the right amount of people, it could be a hugely effective campaign. I inquired for a property the other day online. You know that a lot of properties, when you're looking at houses, they don't show you the price. So you have to say how much they want for it. And then they tell you, oh, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money. But then they engage me to send me off-market opportunities. Hi, James, there's a house off-market opportunity nearby your area. Owners are wondering what you'd be interested in putting down. Again, then estate agents in the area can then engage people that they know are super hot red leads, people that buy houses, people that are in the market, people that are interested, and engage them to come look at the property. It makes them feel special as well. Hey, James, we know that this property could be within your range and your budget. Would you like to come have a private look? Again, engaging people by email, because you can segment your email list to all different parts of demographics, people that bought, people that haven't bought, people that went to look at a house but then didn't buy, people that are proactively looking, people that bought a house 2 years ago and could be looking to upsell, downsell, whatever it is. And again, another reason, kind of point 9, would be the advertising effect, where when people over the years spend a lot in paid advertising, it's not that someone sees the advert for the first time and goes, oh, I'm going to buy. Some people have to see that advert 20, 30, 40, 50 times before they purchase. The same way that sometimes you might need to email someone for months promoting your offer before they finally crack. And it's not like Chinese water torture that you're, forcing them, you buy the product. It's that they just might need to be reminded a certain amount of times. You might need to drive past a car dealership a finite amount of times before you go, Jesus Christ, I'm going in, I'm test driving that car. You might have to, see an advert online for Go Compare or comparethemarket.com. And then when you go to do your car insurance, you're like, I'm going to go compare the market. Why? Because it's all I've seen and heard. So by having someone on your email list and consistently delivering value to that person, eventually your product or your offering is going to become like a household name in their mind. And number 10, the most important thing, I've always called this the right time effect. So if you're someone like me that helps people make money online, there's going to be a day that someone's watching a video just like this and they've lost 3 clients in a day. It's December, they've lost 3 clients. That's a tenth of their business. They know that they need to really up their marketing game. They go, James, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm buying your course. Again, someone might be reading your emails, kind of wanting to lose weight. Yeah, I could do with a PT. Yeah, I could do with a fitness trainer. Boom, girlfriend dumps him. They go, I'm getting a PT. I'm getting in shape. I'm getting sexy. Other way around, woman goes to work. Her jeans button pops off when she sits down. Email comes through. James Smith, Affordable Online Coaching. She goes, I'm in. I'm never having this happen to me again. And if you're not consistent with that, again, Luke, Sydney West, the Jiu-Jitsu opportunity. If you go to competition and lose all your matches, you get an email the next day promoting Sydney West online. You're like, I'm in. I need this. But if you're not persistent and consistent with turning up with your marketing, because again, in anything, if you don't turn up and you're not consistent with posting content, you don't grow your following. If you don't turn up to jiu-jitsu, you don't get any better. If you don't turn up every single day and be consistent, you're never going to be that successful. And the same goes with outbound. As long as you can keep the emails of value to that person, and again, golden rule is you can never send too many emails. You can only be too boring. You're going to get the right time effect. And all those 10 examples should back that up. And the best part of that is right now it's December. Not many of us are going to be making huge amounts of sales over this next period of months because it's December. People are disengaging from pretty much everything in the wind up to Christmas. This is a perfect opportunity to go through a phase of planting seeds through your content. And I would say the harvesting process should be getting email addresses from people. Getting someone to buy your product on December 22nd, probably quite hard, but getting someone's email address, not that difficult. So if you can see December as a period in time for whatever your business is to get as much data and as many emails as you can, let's say you were to get 100 emails or 1,000 emails or 100,000 emails. Come January 1st, you smash that list, right? So your list degrades by 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. You send so many emails that your email list halves. Do you know what I say? Good. Because if you half your email list from outbound marketing emails, let me tell you this, your client list is going to grow at the same time. I got friends with massive email lists that are scared to email them. I'm like, what's the point? Because once you can create systems on social media where you put out content that does well, and then you can put out call to actions that work and that grow your email list, you go through planting the crops, harvesting the crops. Client lists go up, email list goes down. You go through peaks and troughs. Growing your list, harvesting your list, growing your list, harvesting your list, growing your socials, harvesting your socials. But the worst thing you can do is to expect people on social media to go straight to your website and buy. It just bypasses all the psychology of how the sales process works in dating anywhere. Get them on your email list. From there, point them in the direction of your website, because then they'll click on your website when they're ready, when they have had the emotional investment through you, your brand, and your offering, and you'll catch them on the day they're ready to buy. So don't go up to people and ask them to come home to suck your dick, because 1 in 100 will, and it'll make you think it works. Instead, get their number, qualify them out, go on loads of dates, get your dick sucked that way. As per usual, YouTube's probably going to put a video up here that recommends if you watch it will change your life, make your life better. And as per usual, there'll be links in the description. Speak to you guys in a bit. Bye-bye.